hands up. James knew back when I was coming up. Didn't wanna know then. Now I bet they're loving us no more. No R&R, the bar is raised. If you know me, now I can bar for days. Nothing to prove because I've done enough. Lights out, still gonna keep the torch. Check your little piece, wanna see some more?
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Check your little piece, wanna see some more? See some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Sun gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Check your little piece, wanna see some more? Check your little piece, wanna see some more?
It is a Chamber of Commerce afternoon here in the Peach State of Georgia. We've got the roof open, wide open, and we are ready for football at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Certainly the game of the weekend, maybe the game of the year, the battle of the unbeatens as we get underway. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Throwing to start the drive. Scarborough. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins to the 36-yard line. Stop there. You talk about this Falcon defense. They've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Only needed a few inches to pick it up and get behind your center and burrow forward like he did.
And remember what the GMs have told us? We build an offensive line starting with our center, the guy who can make all the line calls and also move those big defensive tackles in order to pick up first downs.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And that's a run that will energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Let's go now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Robinson up the middle. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Scarborough. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Falcons are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You look at this Raiders defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And they needed to be because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Operating from the gun, Scarborough completes it to Davis. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And the slot man goes in motion left. 2nd and 11. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw again. That is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Let's go.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Alert! Alert! Check go!
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they go to work on a first and goal.
Ready. Let's go now. 60 Bison. Unlock Ryan. Hut.
They'll run here with Algier. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
Set, ready, go.
Algier again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Robinson. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on fourth and goal from the 1.
18 Cardinal.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And this time he is in. Bijan Robinson. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Throwing to start the drive. Scarborough trying to lay one up deep. He's got him in. Complete. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. 91 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now. You can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And how about that return inside the 20-yard line?
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. Maybe I go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a give right side. Barrett. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Ready? Bring it. Go.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Let's go now.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Raiders have got him.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Back to throw. Scarborough. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
From the gun on third down. Scarborough gonna let one fly for Robinson.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And the Raiders are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw here. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Pulled in at the 20. Now a hit and a loose football.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
And that's what friends are for.
Right? As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
2nd down and 6 now.
Looking to throw. Scarborough. And his throw is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Scarborough. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's taken to the 26. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Now a play fake here on first down.
Open man down the field. It's Bowers.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Good work there. You're going to see on play action, they run an out route with the receiver on the outside and let the tight end work the seam in the area beyond him. A great concept, and it leads to a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
And his kick here is good. And they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. 1 second, all that remains.
79 Broncos.
A final shot before break. Scarborough. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Flushed out right. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
They'll run on first down. Whiting, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On first down, it's Barrett. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now a handoff up the middle. Whiting. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 15.
That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come back.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. He's to the 10.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Dobbins will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Dobbins once more.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Raiders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Tyree Wilson dropping him for the 2nd straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down. Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this 1st down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man, complete. That's Barrett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
But now he appears to be in some pain. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 46, here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And a Raider 1st down.
They'll set up to throw. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Second and 10. They'll try the left side. Stevens. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Falcons are right back in this football game. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him at the 12. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 60 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
They run the draw here with Robinson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
That's out wide here for Robinson.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Here we go, Shaq. Panther 60, Panther 60.
From the shotgun now. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Up the middle they go. It's Stevens, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. They'll roll him out right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a side of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Left side to Lamb.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Stevens. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Up the middle they go. Whiting. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Raider first down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Raiders are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Raiders 31, Falcons 17.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Scarborough.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And got his man complete. Down to the 10, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope. No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done.
Coup for the extra point.
And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So they'll line up for the onside kick. 18 seconds to go. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. He'll take this to the 46. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body